Rap Circle is finally here. I know everybody been waiting for it, right? And I'm not playing no games. Yeah. Circle of rap back and I'm going there, leaving tracks in morning. And I don't give a crap whether you streaming, you torrent this. You can try to contest what you be needing in army. Beat them in Normandy. Current rappers eat to the warning. Stone cold like a Steve Austin. He jacking, I'm putting rappers in these coffins. He's acting like he got it, but he's lost it. Keep attacking these slackers that want to feed off me. He's softy. This one for everybody. Supporters to haters just to show that I'm greater. I'm eating steak and potatoes on the way to Decatur. Maybe that's just a little made up, but you got a little ways up before you can even make up all the ground. And the distance between us, I'm lapping around, and that's the reason you seen us. And you can talk down, but that don't really mean much. Cause you are a clown, let my enemies team up. It still won't be a fair fight, cause I'm very nice. I practice at every night to get on this herd mic. You know I'm alert, right? You know that it ain't nothing to serve, right? And I be killing tracks to the earth like my birthright. I'm solid like sound money, and you fools sound funny. Now one of you clowns want me to pound your face in the dirt, so stop irking me when I'm round. No, it's going down, I'm going to town, holding the crown. I'm saying that I'm so amazing. If I'm Ruben, then you Clay Aiken, but second place gets nothing. So get up out this godforsaken booth. The truth is you sadly mistaken. Proof I'm better than layman. Shoot, I'm Super Saiyan Blue. This rap game, what you can't pursue. I'm a blatant root canal like an aching tooth. So now, cause the Rap Circle is here now. Underestimated my following, gave our dollars to the pre-order column. So what the problem is, say you was dropping it, and then turn around, did the opposite. Lining your pockets, you got a lot of nerve to be opting this. I guess I bit off more than I can chew. Let's not excuse my tardiness, I like to apologize to my audience. Not like I've been partying, promise not being fraudulent. I've been in homestead like a privatizing Rothbardian. Part of a parliament, that's a problem. I plan on abolishing, cause a raucous, I'll best the friggin' product you all are in. And all that talking, I ain't buying what you offering. You about as intimidating and soft as what your daughter is. You been a faking, yet you still hating. You can't knock me cause I've been through Olympic trials of tribulations. Been on this grind and walked many miles to get this cake, and now I'm going ape like I'm a Saiyan. Quit playing with me, cause I'm a lot to deal with. I don't acknowledge you because you too retarded to understand my skill set. So when I kick this knowledge, it's gonna fly over your heel head. So polish up your mind real fast so I don't feel bad. I went from being broke to being hopeful. From standing on the poster going postal. I'm supposed to be on the poster competition's toast because I'm vocal. A bar for you like I'm Oprah. You should probably get off the sofa or the soapbox. Going at me, I hope not. You attacking with no plot cause you act like a robot. You move when you told to move. You a puppet with a master, I'm the antithesis. That's why I'm opposed to you. I'm the whack rapper back snapper. Used to be a gat capper, now I'm spitting raps from the Adam's apple. Better back paddle before you get the best at them. That battle's not one you won't back at them. Average guys asking me how I smash these beats. If I told you, I'd have to fold you. That's classified. Don't like to brag, but I had to boast. It's a fad of mine. So please don't be sad when the opinions pad with that in mind. I think it's asinine that people whine like a buster because they life don't measure up to another sucker. What type of life might tell Tucker I don't support you? Tactics the way that you battle and they gon' cut the mustard. You seem like you a teen wife, not prepared for this mean life. Not even aware you just see a green light. I think you mean right, but you look at me like an alien in the night. If I'm the A, then you the Z type. The proto, it's me, bro. You can try to dress it up when I'm in street clothes, I still peek, so probably one of the few lies I ever told. That's because I don't peek, I just grow. Being patient with them, I try to, but you got room temperature IQ. Expecting a lecture from these idiot guys who got opinions not worth is what's under my shoe. Y'all tripping on truth when we call it out, cause y'all people as goofy as I'll get out. If y'all with them and not with you, I'd sit out, cause every rapper's on the list now, mad at a pitch count. Throwing heaters like my soul's beat up. No people focus on hoaxes in the shows he book, and I'm hoping to open doors and I got foes and such. But I know that I'll be opposing to the goal. I must start attacking. Ain't lacking, my brain's lashed in. Same way that I game is the same way of the backhand. All the pain that I bring up is like the bane to the Batman. I'm back cracking. Whack trends claiming they rap fans and backtracking. Give a crap about the what's his face. Only thing you out rapping is a sandwich at Subway. And y'all just so happen to welcome beef on my lunch plate. And you are a disaster and this can only go one way. And you're steady flashing guns in your music vids. And I know you do it for the fun, but what you doing is abusing every rule. Of course you can use it quick. You're showing the world you don't know what you are doing, kid. Would you waste your time when you can be so much more?
In a world full of cancel culture, pandemics, crooked politicians, it's important to be yourself. Do what you want to do. Free will out this motherfucker. Y'all better listen when Cannon speak. The Hotep's been told.
Salute, salute, salute. Happy Sunday. Cannon Hotep back at it again. One in the chat if y'all can hear me. Again, one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Hope y'all having a wonderful day out there today. Me, I'm just kicking back. Might hit the range today or something like that. Not sure yet. We'll see though. We'll see. That's what's up. What's up? What's up? That's what's up. I'm gonna head on over here to the chat. Yo, what up, Steph? Salute. Steph Colonel in the building. James, good to see you again. Good to see you again. Super Carlo, what up? You know what? I accept it now. I guess I kind of do look like yo a little bit. Unc wanted your help on how to get the select chat comments. Yeah, I holla at him. I hit him up. It's not hard. I sent it to him. Hotep Oz, what's the deal? Good to see you in the chat. Super Carlo. Saw this online, but I can, what is it? Saw this online, but I can see it. Queen is already Queen is already DOA, huh? But they let this out the scare branch of Kufi on tight. I hear that. I hear that. Got Robert Banks in the building. Ronald Coleman, what's the deal? Sweet James Jones, good to see you. Appreciate that, Super Carlo. So check it, guys. I'm trying to get a better schedule as far as when I'm going to stream and stuff. That way I can have it, you know, like Uncle Hotep does every Sunday. He do his Rise and Shine morning show, and he do his little afternoon pickup. You know, maybe eventually I'll be able to stream as much as he does, but I'm definitely going to be streaming Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. So, Goofy Gorilla Glue Tia Scout. What's up, 89? That's what's up. So check it. I got like 2 stories, possibly 3 today. The first story is going to be Queen Elizabeth catches the SARS remix. It's kind of odd because we'll get into it, but Queen Elizabeth catches the SARS remix. Then we got Bill Maher out here sounding like he red pilled. It's interesting to me, you know. He hit or miss for me sometimes, Bill Maher. But he kind of been hitting the nail on the head. It kind of seems like like how I said how I started with my journey is that, you know, I just consider myself kind of, you know, liberal, I guess, on certain things. And then eventually they became so ridiculous that I was, you know, to the right of them, and eventually my values became more conservative values. And that's kind of seeming like that's what's going on with Bill Maher and people like Joe Rogan and stuff like that. They're starting to see through the veil now. They're starting to kind of, you know, really ask the right questions, I guess you should say. You know what I mean? Martin X Manhunter, what's the deal, bro? You thought the reptiles was mean. I know, right? Me too. You know what I mean? Oh, is that right? Oh, Steph got, oh man, I ain't even hear about this. Epstein homeboy pulled a Epstein. Yeah, I think she like 95, yo. I think she's like 95 years old. We're gonna get into it. You know what I mean? Anyway, anybody got any plans this weekend? Anything, you guys do anything cool this weekend? Doing anything today? You know, like I said, I'm just chilling out today. I ain't really doing a whole lot. Just planning on relaxing. You know. Just trying to get some things in order right now. So just bear with me. We're still working on some stuff. But if you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon, let you know when I got new content coming out. You know, go back and watch my other content. I'm sure you'll like it. You know what I mean? LP was good. Also trying to give it a chance for less more people into the chat before I start doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Mods, remember, if you see them bots coming here, go ahead and bounce them on up out of here. I feel you on that, LP. You know. Emmanuel Presley, what's the deal? Oh, John Luke Brunel, really? Oh, shit. I'm going to have to read that one. Damn. Nathan, what's the deal? I know, right? They really trying to do a number on me for it. They do not want me to grow out there. They do not want me to grow. That'd be dope to do a live from the range with HJ and I might either to go to them. We all gonna meet at like a central location. Where they have to come down here to me. I don't know to figure that one out. That'd be a fun stream. You know what I mean? All right, let's get into this. So, like I said, the first story, right? Queen Elizabeth II tests positive for the remix Cove Base 19, 10 days after Prince Charles. Let's get over to it. Stories from Newsweek. Queen Elizabeth II tests positive for the Cove Base a little over a week after her son Prince Charles, but will carry on working with the virus. The 95-year-old monarch, who has been vacation, no shit, huh? He's experiencing mild symptoms and will be in contact with her medical team, the palace said. It comes 10 days after Prince Charles tested positive for the Cove Base. On February 10th, he has seen his mother days earlier. The statement released to Newsweek read, Buckingham Palace confirmed that the Queen has tested positive today for the Cove Base. Her Majesty is experiencing mild cold-like symptoms, but expected to continue light duties at Windsor over the coming weeks. She will continue to receive medical attention and will follow the appropriate guidelines. The Queen showed leadership throughout the pandemic, starting in April 2020 when she issued rare public broadcasts invoking her experience during World War II. Goddamn, she old. As a rallying cry. All right, so the Queen got the SARS remix, so to speak. And this comes right on the heels of what's his name? Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson was trying to ease and relax and lift these mandates. All of a sudden the Queen gets it. Now we got a hashtag going on right now talking about Cove Base is not over. Have y'all guys seen that this hashtag going around Twitter? We're gonna check it out in a minute. These people are delusional, to say the least. You know what I mean? They are delusional, to say the least. Super Carlo, we know damn well the Queen didn't get the real the real punch. She didn't get the real punch, yo. They're probably gonna put it in the crowd chamber soon. Yo, I mean, it's just good timing, right? Boris Johnson's going to get rid of the mandates and lift everything. Next thing you know, the Queen, she gets sick. You know what I mean? Maybe she is. You know, maybe she ain't here, and this is their way of saying that she ain't here to keep pushing this along. We'll find out though. But like I was saying, right? Like I was saying, so on the heels of this, there's a hashtag going on talking about code base is not over, right? And I was reading through some of this stuff, and it's ridiculous, man. These people are delusional. They still got some of that Trump derangement syndrome happening. I really don't understand it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go and look at some of these posts. You know what I mean? Let's check it out. My husband and millions of others like him who have severely compromised immune systems cannot safely leave the house, even double masked and with with goggles on, which he uses to go to the SCCA where he is being treated because of some other assholes. COVID is not over. So, I've said this before. My father has a severely compromised immune system. My father has a rare autoimmune disorder that affects his lungs. Right? So he had the original COVID base that whooped his ass for about 3 weeks. But with the help of, shout out to Tanai Ricks and his research with we posted an article about cytokine storm. You know what I mean? When I read that, when my father got sick, I was able to treat my dad, because the hospitals wasn't, and I was able to monitor and adjust his diet and the things he was taking to keep that inflammation down, which helped him big time. Like I said, it took him about a week to get out of the weeds, and then it took about 2 weeks for him to get back to the way he was. Then he caught the Omarion. And he said the Omarion just felt like a regular cold and it wasn't that serious. It did put him down for a week, but it wasn't as bad as the original remix. You know what I mean? So, my dad is, even though anecdotal, my dad is proof that, if you eat the way you're supposed to eat, you take the right things, you do what you need to do, immune system or not, you can boost those things to keep you here on this earth. You know what I mean? So. Not saying that, discounting what, Holly Figueroa is saying. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? My dad's on chemo, for his autoimmune issues. And he had, scorched earth immune system and he beat it twice. You know what I mean? Just by doing some holistic stuff that anybody can do, cutting out carbohydrates, cutting out sugars, He was on basically a broth diet, you know what I mean, with some coconut oil and some and avocado and shit like that. Chicken, no noodles, you know what I mean? Chicken soup, no noodles. Vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin K2. My dad was taking up to 60 to 70 IUs of vitamin D a day with the vitamin K2 to shuttle through a system. Turmeric, stuff like that, stuff that you can find in the house. And it helped them big time, Let's see what else some people got here. There's Lady Holly on a rampage. All right, let's see what's this girl Preston. Listen to the doctor in the chair of the BMA. I don't know what the BMA is. You decide. Let's see what he said.
It seems a rather odd decision to make.
When do you think would be the right time for these measures to be eased and this move to be made?
I think the right time is when firstly the data supports it. And if you have at the moment more people dying, more people in hospital than you had before Plan B was introduced, it seems a rather odd decision to make. Secondly, so we need to see case rates fall down even more, remembering that people aren't being restricted at the moment in any severe way at all. People are living normally. So secondly is we do need, therefore, to continue having surveillance because you won't know whether you've reached that point where the infection rates have come down enough until you've had that surveillance. We also know that self-isolation when you're ill is important in protecting the public's health, and in particular those who are vulnerable. So removing self-isolation will do just one thing. It will increase the numbers of people who are infected and will affect some people who are most at risk to a much greater degree. And you also need to have much more information about the evidence to support such a decision. At the moment, we don't have that data. And we know that in a country...
He act like people don't know no better. He act like people don't know no better now. You feel me? I mean, even before all this bullshit was going on, if you got a cold, if you got the flu, something like that, you stay home. You chill. You know what I mean? Even with the flu, right? They said that it was contagious for 3 to 4 days. We knew that. You know, got a test positive flu. Stay home. Stay away from people. That's how it is. You know, people know to stay away from people if they not, you know, if they sick. You know, I would hope they do. You know what I mean? I would hope they do. But you know, it's almost like these people don't want to let it go. You know what I mean? Why, like, hashtag Cove base is not over. Like, what's the point? What's the point of this hashtag? This is to scare people. You feel me? You know what I mean? Cove base is over. Sorry, crybabies. I hear that. This is ridiculous, man. This is perfect right here. Cove base is not only for Democrats, but seems to be ending in other parts of the world. If the science differs by geographic area, it's not science. It's politics. Facts. Facts. You know what I mean? Like, some of these people are just crazy. Look at this, Bennett. My family has gone 2 years of wearing masks and not getting Cove base. 1 week of no mask mandates in schools, and one of my own has tested positive. Not a coincidence. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. These people really don't want this to be over. They want to live in like a dystopia. That's what it seems like to me. You know what I mean? A lot of these people really want to live in a dystopia, and I don't understand it. Like, they really want to push this shit out. For what, though? For fear of being wrong? You know what I mean? Svenstead, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does work. You know what I mean? Fear porn always works. You know what I mean? Sweet James Jones. Highly professional, still selling though. Yeah, it's common sense shit, yo. You sick, stay in the fucking house. Simple as that. You know? Man, I gotta open the air dunks drug camps, feces in the street here in downtown LA, and they think the remix is going to scare me, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's so many more things out here. You feel me? That people, like, they don't understand. It's a lot more dangerous than somebody fucking, you know, sneezing. You know what I mean? Because now, like, if you cough or you sneeze in public, yo, it's almost like you committed, you know, heresy or some shit like that. It's like you sneeze or somebody cough, the music stop in the store, everybody turn around, everybody looking. It's like, Jesus, like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, it's crazy. Steph Colonel hashtag Cove base is over. Midterms coming. Facts. Sweet James Jones. It's real crazy how a lot of people I know went from home remedies to take care of themselves, but as soon as the bug hit, they want to talk about, about the punch. Exactly. You got to get away from people like that, you know, because, you know, and I ain't gonna say get away from people like that, but it's like they talk this tough Tony big talk until like they get scared, and then everybody start running to the government for help. You know what I mean? If you really think the mask or the vacation do anything, and this should have been over. Facts. You know what I mean? How many round trips we on? How many layovers they got so far? You know, and none of them do anything to do anything. You know, they're trying to spin a narrative with the queen saying, you know, oh, she's vacation, so she only has mild symptoms. You know what I mean? You know, it's that's what they're doing. It's them pushing that whole narrative that you still need to get that shot. You know, straight skating the obvious that she got the shot and she still got sick. I mean, it's the obvious. She got the shot and she still got sick. You know, Prince Charles, more than likely, I guess he was the one that gave it to her. I don't know. He got the shot. Still got his mother sick. You know what I mean? Go figure. But like, people ass backwards now, man. You know, up is down. You know, left is right. War is peace. You know what I mean? Ignorance is freedom. It's crazy. It's just, you know, I don't know what to tell people nowadays. It's like, you got the people that still want to believe in this, right? You know, like this one guy, Democrats are trying very hard to make us wear masks. They even have a Twitter trend to do so-called COVID base is not over. It's you know, it's facts, you know what I mean? And if they did give the numbers, it looks sketchy as hell. Yeah, come on, man. Excuse me. I promise I ain't got the COVID base. But like, remember like a year ago, right? Was it a year ago? The CDC came out and they said, yeah, you got to take the whole, because remember they were trying to count people who died with the COVID base into the numbers of people who died from the COVID base. And the CDC came out and said, nah, you got to take those numbers out. That's not accurate. You shouldn't be counting people who died with it. You know what I mean? Because that was their way of padding the numbers. You know, you had a dude riding on I remember the story. You had a guy riding on a motorcycle, got in a motorcycle accident, flew off his bike. I don't know if he died instantly or died at the hospital. They said he died he died because of COVID base, saying he died with COVID base. Used it as a part of to put the numbers in there. And it was the whole point when they were on the news and they were like, you know, man, and they kept saying died with COVID base, died with COVID base. If you die with COVID base, God died with COVID base. And I'm like, that's a difference. That's difference. There's a difference. Like, you can't, like, they trying to push this die with COVID base as if you're dying from it. You feel me? You know? And I was, you know, and I told my brother was like, well, what's the difference? You know, my brother, he's young, he's 20. And I was like, yo, that's like me and you get into a car accident, right? I died with you. It don't mean that you fucking yanked the car in the oncoming traffic and caused the accident. You know, I said it's a difference. You know, the cause of death is different. You know what I mean? I said with COVID means that there was something else underlying there that might have took them out, i.e. a fucking bike accident. You know, but because they had a trace of COVID base in their system, that's what they said was the main cause of death, and that's how they got their money. That's how they get their money. You know what I mean? It's always like that. Vince said, after we open fully, it's funny it faded in the Danish news, and now it's on to the Ukraine stuff. Yeah, the Ukraine stuff is going to replace this. Especially now, because I think China trying to get a piece of this Ukraine action. Haven't did too much research into it yet for me to really report on it, but I will. You know, if I don't, I know HJ definitely gonna do it. Always bet on black. What's the deal? Maher Michelle Wu has started to end vacation to muzzles here in Boston. Is that right? And she just started a month ago too, just like DC. I'm telling y'all, it's all cap. All cap. It's an election year. And, you know, like Steph said, all it took was midterms to slow the spread. A dude that fell from the roof counted as a remix fatality. It's a lot of those, and a lot of people don't know about it. You know what I mean? Emmanuel Presley. Did anyone catch the recent episode of Rogan with the pro mandate infectious disease specialist? Every time Joe pressed him on a question, He deflected and never gave any stats. Oh, of course that's what they're going to do. They don't know how to. People don't know how to debate no more. You know what I mean? People don't know how to debate no more. You know. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, you know, make sure you use code words. We use vacation. We use, you know, the remix. We use code base, yeah, I mean, stuff like that. We know what you mean when you start talking. You know, use an emoji or something like that, you know, because YouTube be on our ass. You know what I mean? Lucas Storm, what's the deal? What's the deal? And if you're new, hit that like and subscribe button, please. Hit that share. If you're here on the replay, you know, leave a comment. Help me beat this algorithm. Firewatcher, my coworkers look disappointed when I tell them Omarion isn't deadly. Yet they talk about their vacation side effects with excitement. That's the crazy part, man. People think they feel like they're a part of something. Like they fucking just took some super soldier serum and shit, and they about to be fucking become Captain America out this bitch. You know what I mean? People are ridiculous, man. You know, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot to unpack with that. You know, but the thing is that, you know, from Jump Street, you know, everything has nuance. You know, from Jump Street, I was like, okay, this thing's real. However, I don't think it's as crazy as everybody was saying. You know, when I was doing my IT thing for State Highway Administration here, I would tell people like, yo, when we went on lockdown, I was like, we ain't coming back. Those people still ain't really been back. They just really starting to go back into the offices, kinda. You know what I mean? You know. But those of us who can see can see. Simple as that. You know. Steph, their playbook never changes. I feel sorry for those who folded under pressure. You know what I mean? I wonder if 5 years from now, if they're going to be talking about these side effects that they get, you know? And I hope, you know, and I really hope for the sake of those people that, you know, there are no real crazy adverse side effects a few years from now, you know, because I got loved ones who took this, I mean, you know, reluctantly or whatever. And I would hate to see them suffer for anything that, you know, from taking this joint with such haste. But, you know, it's an experimental drug. Period, full stop. It's an experimental drug. You know? And old Barry O made it illegal for people to go after the big pharmacy companies for any money should the shit not work. You know what I mean? How long until Biden goes live saying we beat the code base, and that it was all due to his home testing kit. Oh man, it's coming. It's coming. That's in my last stream I said that. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, what are you talking about? Cove base? No, it's just the flu. What are you guys talking about? We beat Cove base thanks to old Joe Nicholslick. You're going to say it's thanks to him and his administration that we beat it and all this other bullshit. It's coming. However, in order to keep it going, you need to take this shot every year. That's what's going to happen. It's coming down the pipe. Watch. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? It's coming down the pipe, people. Super Carlo, I tell a buddy that the government told you you'd be safe from the nuclear blast by hiding under a desk, but keep telling me now that they're always right. Right. That's the truth, you know what I mean? You know. Remember that? You know, they tell you, yeah, go hide under a desk during an air raid. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just all bread and circuses, man. It's all political theater. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's all political theater. You know. But anyway, there was one thing I wanted to share with you guys. Hold on, see, because I'm gonna move on to my next topic, which is Bill Maher. Bill Maher seems to be getting red pilled about a minute. You know what I mean? It's real interesting to me. So we're gonna go over and listen to this. I got a story from what is this? I got a story from Real Clear Politics, but I also got a video that I want y'all to watch. So we're gonna head on over here real quick. All right, let's check this out.
88%, mask up like survivability rate of 99.98%, mask up like bandits. Unfortunately, the thing that's getting stolen is their education, their sanity, and their social skills. A study this week from a professor at Johns Hopkins concluded that the lockdowns we all suffered through had little impact in reducing COVID deaths. Okay, that's kind of a big one to get wrong.
He's right though, right? So, and I said this before, these kids are suffering, man. You know, you got some kids that can't, kids learn differently. You know what I mean? Some kids can learn they need a structured classroom, with somebody in front of them teaching them what they need to learn, hands on. You know what I mean? And some kids can learn virtually. Some kids just, they pick it up. You know what I mean? But a lot of these kids are suffering. They miss their friends. You know what I mean? They miss leaving the house. They miss going to, going to school, for lack of a better term. I was like, damn, I wish I could have had this type of action, virtual learning when I was a kid. But then I thought about it like, nah, I play football. Like, I want to go to school. I want to go play football. I want to wrestle. I want to do stuff that I need to do. I like being out, But a lot of these kids, they were suffering. You know what I mean? Now they're back in school. Now they got to wear these masks. They got to wear the muzzles on their face. They hate it. I know my son, for one, he hates wearing his. He hates it. You know what I mean? My daughter, she dances. We pay a shit ton of money for her to do dance lessons and shit like that. She goes to a dance studio or whatever. And I took her to dance on Saturday, and I was like, why do you have 2 masks on your face? Oh, they want us to wear 2 masks. I'm like, while you're dancing? Are you exerting yourself? They want you to wear 2? I damn near lost my mind, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I'm like, but they ask you to take a test. They ask you to take the test. You take the test. You pass the test. Now they're saying you need to wear 2 of these. For what? For what? So one of y'all can pass out. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. My son, they want him to wear a certain mask to school. He can't wear like a cloth mask, which helps him breathe a little better. They want him to wear like, these restrictive ones. And this shit is pissing me off by the moment. You know what I mean? Now, the governor of Maryland he's urging the Department of Education, not Department of Education, but the Maryland, whatever the school board is here in Maryland to stop the mask restrictions. Hopefully they go through, but we'll see how it goes, because you got people that are just afraid, and I don't understand it. You urge people to get that shot. You urge people to get that round trip with that layover, right? You know what I mean? You urge people to get that round trip with that layover, but then you still scared and you want them to wear this and that, and you still want this and that. Like I said, like, that's not what they taught us in biology. That's not what they taught us in anatomy. That's not how the immune system works. You know what I mean? They want you to be immunodeficient on this shit, man. And that's what it is. But I digress. I don't went off on a tangent. Let's keep it moving.
Last July, President Biden said, you're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations. Well, I already knew that was wrong then, and now we all do. The former director of the CDC, Robert Redfield, believes COVID originated in a lab, and now our intelligence agencies agree it might have. But for months on social media, it was banned to even discuss it.
Facts, right? I did a video that I had to put on Rumble because 10 minutes after I posted the video, YouTube took that shit down. YouTube took it down. You know what I mean? I'll leave a link to it for people who have never seen it. But I had the receipts. I called it out. I had what, that it came from, came from a lab. I had the, I talked about how patient 0 lived nowhere close to the market. I had, a news report, that gain of function was happening over there thanks to old Dr. Fauci. You know what I mean? And they took it down 10 minutes after I posted it for medical misinformation. Then 2 weeks after that, they start speculating that it came from the lab, and they wouldn't let me put my video back up even after it started coming out in the news. I tried to appeal it, and they wouldn't let me. They can't let that information get out. They couldn't let that information get out. You know what I mean? I almost feel like I want to play the shit for you on here and see what happened to the stream. But you know, I gotta play it cool over the side. So I'll leave a link to it where you can find it on my Rumble account after the video, and I'll repost it on Twitter as well.
Look, I'm not saying the medical establishment isn't trying to figure shit out or that they're corrupt, although there is some of that. But how about just wrong? Wrong a lot. Wrong about HIV, wrong about lockdowns, wrong about kids, wrong about how you couldn't get it if you were vaccinated. Remember washing our packages? And there's never been any research showing that outdoor transmission is likely or common, yet LA County says we're still supposed to mask up for big outdoor events, like we'll be at the Super Bowl. Well, supposed to. It's all theater, watching athletes mix it up on the court and then mask on the sideline, not being able to touch a menu, but watching them touch my food. Maskless at dinner while sitting but not standing. And by the way, if Applebee's really cared about our health, they would make us cover our mouths after the food arrived.
Yeah, so I heard about that teacher who apparently put her husband's her husband's sperm in the fucking cupcakes. I heard about that shit. Holy smokes. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really look into it. Somebody told me about it. I was like, what the fuck? The teacher on some Van Wilder shit? You ever seen Van Wilder where he was trying to get back at the fraternity? So they fucking jerked off the bulldog into the fucking the eclairs, and then they sent him over there as a fucking gift. You know what I mean? Like, I guess how fucking much do you have to hate these kids to do some shit like that? That's fucking disgusting. You know what I mean? I'm interested to know how they found out that the teacher did that shit. That's interesting too. We'll might look into that. Let's keep it moving.
I'm just asking, how much wrong do you get to be while still holding the default setting for people who represent the science?
Like I said, every so often Bill Maher come out and he seemed a little more based and red pill by the minute. You know what I mean? But he got a point though. But Steph, you right. This nigga late. We been told you. Hotep's been told you about this shit coming down the pipe. We told you this a year ago. Told you this when this shit first was going down. You know. But nobody won't listen to us. They think we just crazy, tinfoil conspiracy theorists. That's what they think we are. You know what I mean? That's what they think we are. You know, they don't want to listen to us. They want to listen to Tanah Ricks. You know what I mean? You know, they don't want to listen to Project Brook. They don't want to listen to none of us. You know, we told people, like, yo, this is what's happening. This is what these mandates and these lockdowns is doing. It's all by design. I always equate it to Pavlov's dog. If you don't know what Pavlov's dog is, Pavlov's dog is this dog. It was an experiment where he would put food in a dinner bowl. He would ring a dinner bell. The dog would come eat. And he kept doing that for a little bit. And then he stopped putting food in the dinner bowl. He kept ringing that bell. Dog kept coming, but no food in that bowl. And no matter what he did, every time he rang that bell, that dog was conditioned to come to that bowl, whether it was food in there or not. And that's what he was doing to us. That's what they're doing to us. They want to see how far they could go before we buck back. Like this whole cove-based thing, this is just the beginning. This is the litmus test. And, you know, people prove that they willing to follow the government's instructions, you know, no matter how ridiculous they sound, in the name of security. And like Ben Franklin said, people who sacrifice freedom for security deserve neither. You know what I mean? Like I said, let's read this from Real Clear Politics. Maher fears being accused of racism has given China and other non-white places free pass on human rights abuses. Real-time host Bill Maher rebutted the idea that any criticism of China is racist and slammed the celebration of American-born skier Emily Gu playing for China in the Olympics on Friday's edition of his HBO program. Someone has to tell you where you get this rule that you can't criticize China because I suspect we got it from China. The HBO host quipped. Some of Gu's defenders say it is racist to ask if she's still an American citizen, and if she herself won't say. Why is this racist? Why was it racist to think that Cove base originated from a lab leak as opposed to from eating bats? Right. So he's got a point there. Like, for one, the girl Emily Gu, right? American, she a model and she's a freestyle skier, right? She decided to do the Olympics for the Winter Olympics with China. Honestly, like, we had other American Olympians compete for their, you know, their heritage or their homeland. You have football players who ran track, you know, who compete on the track team for, like, you know, where their parents were from or whatever. And I believe Emily Gu's mother is from China or from Beijing or something like that. So that's why she wanted to do it. You know, and there's a host of other athletes that have done it in the past. So I ain't really give it a second thought. Like, honestly, like, you know, I don't care. Olympics is just bread and circuses anyway. You know what I mean? It's just a way for each country to flex nuts. That's it. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, let's watch this video from Bill.
American companies and celebrities. That's the deal China offers American companies and celebrities. We'll give you access to our billion-plus consumers as long as you shut up about the whole police state genocide thing. John Cena took that deal. Well, come on, China accounts for 34% of global box office, and he's a movie star now. So, like the Uyghurs, last year he learned he needed to get some re-education. You see, John referred to Taiwan as a country as if it was a separate country from China, which it is. But China would like to do to Taiwan what it did to Tibet and what it's now doing to Hong Kong. So we were treated to this video.
我必须说，现在这是很重要。我爱更尊重中国，更中国人。我很抱歉对我。
Yo, this nigga. So because he referred to Taiwan as separate from China, this motherfucker got some backlash, right? This is just before Fast 9 came out, and he was supposed to be in there, right? So this is just before Fast 9 comes out, right? And he gives an apology in Mandarin. I think it was Mandarin. He just fucking folded. This shit made me laugh when I seen this shit. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. You gotta be fucking kidding me. But that's what they do for the money, yo.
我的错误。
And I thought steroids shrunk your balls. Wowee, when a country can make your big, muscly, macho man action stars grovel in their language, you know you're somebody's bitch. In the original Top Gun, Tom Cruise wore a bomber jacket with the flags of several Asian countries that are our allies sewn on the back. Well, the flag for Taiwan has now magically disappeared for the upcoming Top Gun Maverick. Well, he used to be a maverick. Now he does whatever China says. So can you really blame 18-year-old Eileen Gu, who's already made over $31 million as the face of 23 brand products in China, for following in the footsteps of other American celebrities? Some of Gu's defenders say it's racist to ask if she's still an American citizen, and she herself won't say. Why is that racist? Why was it racist to think that COVID might have originated from a lab leak as opposed to from eating bats? Besides the fact that the idea that COVID came from eating gross, weird food seems way more racist than the idea that it came from a high-tech lab.
So check it. For those of you who don't know, right? For those of you who don't know, they told us that it came from some meat market, right? In Wuhan. That meat market didn't even sell bad, right? Then they said that patient 0 bought said bat, ate said bat, and contracted the virus, right? Patient 0 didn't even live nowhere close to the market. They live thousands of miles away from the market, right? Not to mention, they ain't eating a raw bat, right? Not to mention, a virus like that, despite outbreak and contagion and 12 monkeys and all that other shit, it can't transfer from animal to human like that. In the words of a virologist that name cannot be said on YouTube or any social media platform, that's called accelerated viral evolution, and it takes up to 800 years for something like that to go down. This is SARS-CoV-2, right? SARS remix, the original SARS, happened 12 years ago. It's not possible, right? The only other option is that it came from, it was man-made. It was man-made. Simple as that. But see, those are the things they wouldn't let get out on the news. Those are the things they wouldn't let us talk about. Those are the things that was getting banned from YouTube. Those are the things that people were losing their livelihoods over. Those are the things that, the real experts, the real people that see real patients, the real virologists, the real people that do this shit was getting blackballed for saying. You know what I mean? But now, all of a sudden it's, when it's expedient to say so, to take some heat off of some of the powers that be, you know what I mean? I still think Fauci gonna get thrown under the bus soon. Now it's convenient to kind of put it out there, to kind of quell the masses and shut some people up. Now they want to say it. You got to ask yourself, what's the bigger play? But let's continue.
Besides that, the definition of woke was supposed to be being alert to injustice in society. But because the woke now see race first and everything else never, fear of being accused of racism has given a free pass on human rights abuses to China and any other places that are perceived as non-white. If China was in Europe, would they get away with having concentration camps without more of an outcry from America? If men were forcing women to wear this in, say, Massachusetts, would that go as unremarked on as it does? The Chinese classify transgender as a mental illness. They just edited Friends episode so that Ross's wife is definitely not a lesbian. How would that go over here? Didn't Martin Luther King say an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere? Can we still, if men...
Oh, shit. I mean, yeah, Martin Luther King did say that. Now, if you remember, during that whole Summer of Love, that's what everybody kept saying. When George Floyd got killed, that's what everybody kept saying. Again, you say things that's politically expedient. Just like riots are the voices of the unheard, right? But they never let you hear the rest of that. They never let you hear the rest of that quote. where he basically condemned it, like, yo, yeah, the violence is the voice of the unheard, but, don't fucking do it, essentially. That's me paraphrasing. But I digress. Let's keep it moving.
Can we still quote him? In 2020, NBA players wore jerseys that said freedom, speak up, and justice. But I guess those things only matter for home games. Sorry, Uyghurs. Someone has to tell me where we got this rule that you can't criticize China, because I suspect we got it from China. Because after all, it's where we get everything else.
He got a point, right? He got a point. Everything we do, everything we got comes from China, right? You know what I mean? China has millions and millions and millions of people. You feel me? So, like, when they want, they get this, when a movie releases, China's a big draw, for like action movies and shit like that. Basketball, all that stuff. So, and America being the capitalist society it is, they like, oh, we got a huge market over here. We need to exploit this market. China know that. So then China goes, okay, if that's the case, you want our people, you want us to televise your shit, you want us to sell your movie. All right. It better not be no ill talk of us in any of that shit. You keep your fucking pets on the leash, and you tell them what they can and can't say about us. And that's how it works. That's how propaganda works. And because America likes money so much, and the fact that China owns a lot of our fucking debt, by the way, which again, there should be a lot of, that you want to red pill somebody, tell them the Federal Reserve and federal, and explain to them where it comes from, and explain to them it don't make sense that we owe money to ourselves. But I digress. But like he was saying, China is a big consumer of American pop culture, sports, movies, all that shit, entertainment, everything. So they feel like they got to say in what they can. You wanna come over here and sell your movie. You want us to watch your games, your football, your basketball, all that shit. This is the line you got to toe. And that's what happens. America does, because capitalist society. You know what I mean? It's interesting to me, that, like he said, we can attack each other over here. We can criticize any place else, but you can't criticize China. You know what I mean? It's just a sad fact. As far as Emily Gu, who fucking cares? You want to go, and you want to go and win some fucking gold medals for your mother's home country, whatever. She's not the first athlete to do it. She's just the first athlete to do it that successfully did it, it seems like. That was successful in it. But who can care less? I couldn't care less. But anyway, let's go to our next story. Canadian police arrest over 100 people in trucker protests. It's fucking crazy. Canadian police swooped in on Saturday with stun grenades smashing truck windows to clear Freedom Convoy demonstrations in the capital. Just one day after more than 100 protesters were arrested in a bid to quash the 3-week blockade over COVID-based restrictions. The police on Saturday morning descended to disperse the demonstrators clogging the streets in front of the Parliament and the Prime Minister's office in Ottawa, making more arrests. Jesus, man. We told you to leave, Ottawa police said in a tweet Saturday. We gave you time to leave. We were slow and methodical. Yeah, you were Really? Yet you were assaultive and aggressive with officers and in the horses. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, I gotta find it. Didn't I have a picture of like some horses stomping some motherfuckers out? You know what I mean? On Friday, scuffles broke out as the protesters mostly remained defiant, even as the line of heavily armed officers, including some on horseback, slowly pressed them back, pushing some out of the way and arresting others. So I want you to see this video real quick. So you know what's funny? Joe Biden always want to use the example of Bull Connor, right? So I always want to use the example of Bull Connor and his dogs and this and that, right? So nobody gonna get that example here? No? Nobody gonna give an example of Bull Connor here? Peaceful protests. Nothing really going down. They want to be heard. They want Trudeau to come to the table and hear them out. This is why we don't want this. This is why this is I don't know what the fuck their constitution is, since Canada is run by the Queen. You know what I mean? You know, for lack of a better term, Trudeau is her flunky. You know, he's just essentially like, you know, the governor to the governors. You know, and she ultimately runs everything. It's just that she don't live there, and she got other places that she got to run. 14 other fucking areas in Europe she got to fuck with. You know, so she, you know, delegates Trudeau to do this shit. So essentially, I don't think they even have rights, to be honest with you. And tell them by the way this shit going down, they don't. You know what I mean? But like I said, Joe Biden always using the equation to, you know, Bull Connor and all this other bullshit. You know, but nobody want to make that, you know, distinction here. You know what I mean? Nerd Nash, we got Nerd Nash in the building. What up? What up? What up? Trudeau trying to relieve his cash pro boner. Eventually it comes for everybody. That's the thing, right? You know, now we see what the deal is here. Like, instead of him hearing these people out, instead of him listening to the people, you know, because there's a lot of people down here. There's a lot of people that feel this way. This is people that are both vacation and not vacation. They just don't like this mandate. They feel like it's unnecessary. They feel like it's an infringement on their rights, whatever rights they fucking got in Canada. I guess they got a constitution too. You know what I mean? I hear you, I gotta go get a workout in after this too. I might end up at the fucking gun range. But you know what I mean? This is crazy.
Let's go. Move on.
So, police down there in riot gear, right? Peaceful protests. Ain't nothing happening. Nobody get shot in. Nobody get stabbed. Nobody get nothing down there, right? They just been peacefully protesting, making their voices heard. You know, like I said before, but when they blocked off that bridge, that a money maker, that's when the gloves came off. That's when Trudeau came out of hiding and he started doing his emergencies act shit. And that's when they started talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna freeze your assets, we're gonna freeze your bank accounts, we're gonna take away your auto insurance and all this other shit because it's ran by the state. You know, people still didn't budge. So now they brought the police in there. You know what I mean? I guess quote unquote they're done playing nice. You know, like I said before, I hope these Canadian protesters stand 10 toes down. I know they arrested the leader of the protest, the organizer. I know they arrested him. I know he was among the 100 people. You know, but you saw what I read. They said that they were smashing windows and some more shit. On some Gestapo shit. You know, this is what your leaders think of you. They just think that you don't know no better. You're just a bunch of, you know, peasants, you know, for lack of a better term, for them to lord over and for you to do their bidding and not, not vice versa, you know? And it's just a sad fact of reality right now. We're really living in some strange times right now, people. You know, for a virus that has 99.8%, survivability rate, they cause all of this. You know what I mean? They ain't do none of this shit for anthrax. They ain't do none of this shit for the original SARS remix. Remember when Ebola came around in 2015? Oh no, y'all don't, because the shit wasn't televised. The shit wasn't reported on. They ain't tell you about that. We had a fucking Ebola outbreak here in America in 2015. They couldn't. You know? They couldn't tell you that. But all of a sudden, Orange Man in office, they got to get him out of office. It's like he's going to win. We got to do something to stop it. Boom, perfect. We got to get back on track. He knocked us off for 4 years. Now our plan's behind. Let's create this fucking boogeyman. Super Carlo, the worker cheering this Canada thing. They can't see this is coming for them too. Facts. You know what I mean? That's exactly right. That's right. Politics playing polar tricks. Parlor tricks, yeah. It's a sad fact of reality, man. I don't know what to say about that. All I can say is I'm gonna stick with them. Rumble, young man, rumble, truckers, rumble. You know what I mean? Handy Bob. Liberals that support these socialist Marxists are nothing but pawns for the cause. They fail to know history and realize that when the Marxists get power, liberals get the bullet. A bullet too, yeah. You're right. You're right about that. They think they're on the right side of history. Until it comes for them. People on top don't give a fuck about nobody down here. They never will. There's only been a few people in history that actually gave a fuck about the people. And like Patrice O'Neal said, they're no longer with us before they were supposed to be no longer with us. You know what I mean? But like I said, Godspeed to them truckers up there in Canada. They're doing the Lord's work. You know what I mean? Hopefully other people wake the fuck up, see what's going on, join in. Like I said, American politicians seen the writing on the wall. Some of the Canadian premiers seen the writing on the wall. They're ending their mandates. Let's see if the trend continues. Emmanuel Presley. People don't really get how crazy it is that they shut down small family-owned businesses and left the big chain stores open. Yeah, how is Walmart any safer than any other location? That long? Yeah, You're right. That long-term effect, you're right. You know what I mean? Too big to fail companies, you know? Fuck the mom and pop shops. You know, they go under. They go under, right? People can come, big interest come swooping and buy that real estate. You see BlackRock doing it right now. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. You know? But like I said, if people keep letting this shit happen, the Constitution, the way we know it, will be no more. It'll just be a piece of paper that ain't good for, they ain't even good enough to wipe your ass with. But anyway, I'm about to tune out, go chill out, watch my son play some Madden or something like that, get ready to go to the range a little later. You know, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Thanks for rolling with me. You know, and don't forget to tune in to Mr. Sunday Night, Uncle Hotep. He'll be on sometime tonight. You know, I think he streams between like 8:30 and 9:30 or something like that. But I'm sure he'll put it up. Be sure to tune in. Anyway, happy Sunday. Stay up, stay safe, and stay strapped. It's Cannon Hotep. I'll holler at you.